Hi everyone, Nick Smith here. I'm going to do a short video looking at how you upgrade from the current version you've got to version 2 in this case, as we're about to launch it. So there are two or three ways that you can get the version. The one that we're releasing first of all is what we call the download option. This is where we update it through we download it through the help menu and through the program. There are other options available like an ISO and a couple of other methods as well. That will be available in a few weeks' time when we're satisfied that there are no major problems with it. So okay, so I want to upgrade my version to version 2. So I go to the help menu and select updates. What happens is Lighting Reality will run another program which we call the Internet Downloader, there we go. And at this point, something has happened. Now, I've done this deliberately to show you and make a point as to what is going on. Initially, the installer will check your internet connection, and in this case, it's identified that there is no internet connection. Now, that can be caused by one of two things. The first one is that you don't have an internet connection, which means your internet. Your Wi-Fi might be turned off, you might have a problem with your internet connection or what have you. The other problem is that Lighting Reality is being stopped access to the outside world, and this is quite common, particularly in larger organizations. And some organizations use what we call proxy servers. They are a box of tricks that sit between the network switches or the network server and the outside world, and what they do is they control certain applications that can and can't have access to the internet. So for example, Facebook might be something that's blocked so that your employer makes sure you're actually doing some work. But programs like Lighting Reality, because there's only a few people in an organization that use it, they sometimes slip through the net. So you may need to speak to your IT department about it. Go through here, set up the Wexit with the proxy server. You will probably need some kind of username and password, and then various other bits and pieces. Obviously, you can add that in, test the connection to see if it's working, and so on and so forth, and get that all set up. So I'll just turn my internet connection back on again. So now that the internet connection is now working, you can see it's now given information about my license key, and I can select next. And what that will then do is it will show you what has been downloaded. On the right hand side here, you can see I've actually already downloaded it just for the speed of doing this video. But anything that has a blank next to it, for example, Holophane is one of the examples. Metcraft is another, Orange Tech is another. So I can go through and select that particular manufacturer and update the photometry at the same time as the program. Now, at this point, I should point out, to update the program, you need some photometry, or to install the program, you need some photometry. You can bring, of course, your own photometry in, but to update the photometry, you don't need to install the program. It's convenient sometimes to go through and say, right, I'm going to install the program and I'm going to update all my photometry at the same time, and then just go through and tick the manufacturers that you actually use. So I'm going to select download and install, and that will download the photometry. It will also download the program. It always installs the photometric data first. So it will go through and endure that, and you can see the percentage going up on the right hand side there, installing the data, and the progress bar at the bottom indicating the install process for that as well. So we've completed the photometry updates. You can obviously come back to that at any time, and what we need to do now is to close the program itself down. So this is the install routine. Obviously, the license agreement, you should go through and read all the terms and conditions, which you always do, don't you? Select the agreement, assuming you're in agreement with it. Select next. If you want to install the PDF printer, leave that ticked. If you don't, if you have your own, then untick it, and then select install. And what will then happen is that the installation process will take place, which takes can take 2 or 3 minutes to actually happen. We have various directories we need to set preferences, set the properties on, change the permissions, and then the program will then go through and update install the program, and then reset the permissions back to wherever they were. One of the things I should remind you of at this point is that you need to have an administrator login account with privileges to install the programs on your Windows login account. So that's the account that's here in your settings. Oops, wrong screen. And then accounts, and that needs to be an administrator account, or at least have privileges to actually install. The default account, I believe, in Windows is what's called a standard account, which doesn't allow you to install programs and so on. Okay, so the installation process is finished, and we just reset in the permissions, and everything is good and ready to go. So okay, before I finish, I've got a couple of things to ask for you. Firstly, if you found the video useful, please tick the like button below. It helps us with our rankings within Google and in YouTube as well. If you found the video useful as well, please subscribe for future updates. When we publish a new video, you will then get a notification that we have published a new video, which you can then go watch at your leisure. Lastly, if you have any comments, please put the comments in the comments section below. We will try to answer those as quickly as we can. Alternatively, you can send us an email to support@lightingreality.com, or you can send one directly to me, support@nicksmithassociates.com. You can also tweet us @lightingreality, or me directly @nicksmith1246 with any points. I also have an account within LinkedIn as well, and if you want to link with me, share with me, or connect with me, I should say, then please look me up in LinkedIn. Please subscribe for future updates, and if you have a topic you want us to cover, then please just add a comment below, send us an email, what have you. You can see that the video is now finished, the program's now finished, it's now installed, and we're all ready to go. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.